morning students, how are you all? I hope you are reading newspaper every day, Hindu, Indian Express, all these newspapers, both of them are very good. So you can read any of the newspaper, and in current affair class, we follow many sources, not only Hindu or the Indian Express, but many sources, because many times there are PIB publication, right? So many important topics are coming in PIB also, right? So let's start with the current affair class. All the important topics we have covered in the class, which have been coming in the last week, okay? So first topic is, who all have joined? Is my voice audible and this slide is properly visible? Please comment yes if the voice is also good and the slide also you can see it clearly. And please share the live also if you need any of your friends to watch these videos, or you are preparing for UPSC. So these videos will be very important for you. Okay. Now, first topic is Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. This is a very, very important scheme, and it is one of its kind of scheme of India. Agar international level, if we talk about international level, so this scheme is very, very important because it covers the universal health coverage of Indians. So under this, universal health coverage is provided to everyone, which is one of the sustainable development goals also, right? So always remember all the goals of sustainable development goals, because questions are asked that goal number 2 is what, goal number 4 is what, right? And Ayushman Bharat focuses on universal health coverage. So sustainable, which goal number is aligning with this vision, right? So that becomes very, very important, and this kind of question can come, okay? Goal 17 is what? Goal 15 is what, right? Or universal health coverage comes under which goal of sustainable development goal, okay? So the context, first we have to go for the context. The Union Cabinet has approved health coverage of 5 lakh for all senior citizens aged above and above under the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. So we can see the important highlights of this scheme, right? What is the important highlights? That people, regardless of their income and above 70 years of age, they are covered under this. So this topic comes under health and governance policies for vulnerable sections, senior citizens, right? Senior citizens. So this is the news. Let's go to the next slide. Okay. So now about the scheme. Health coverage for senior citizens. So this is very relevant for society also, government policy also, right? Under Ayushman Bharat. Now citizens, senior citizens are covered, and every senior citizen. So it is targeting people above 70 years of age, remember this point, and every senior citizen regardless of their income, okay? So income is not a criteria to exclude someone, okay? Also known as also known as Jan Arogya Abhiyan, National Health Protection Mission, or Modi Care. Okay, so these are the other names of the mission. Next very important thing is objective. So objective is what? It aligns with sustainable development goals principle of leave no one behind, right? Inclusive health coverage. Key features. What are the key features? What are the important things that we have to keep in mind related to Ayushman Bharat Jan Arogya Yojana, which is for senior citizens? Now, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Implementing agency is what? National Health Authority. Aim is what? To revolutionize what? Healthcare by addressing prevention, promotion, outpatient care at primary, secondary and tertiary level. How this is important, right? See, our public hospitals or public health care, there are two participators, right? Public two participants. Public healthcare is there and private healthcare is there, right? What is the difference? So public healthcare, it primary gives you this primary treatment, okay? Basically gives you primary treatment, and the secondary and tertiary level of treatment is not very good, right? We do not have that much of efficiency in public hospitals, but private hospitals are having an edge over secondary and tertiary treatment, or quaternary also, right? So we have to make it, we have to address all the important things, and controlling of disease, prevention of disease is also very, very important, right? All these all these initiatives, all these things are associated with the aim of this scheme. Next is launched under what? So this has been launched under National Health Policy 2017. This is very important because some of these facts might be given and they can ask which of the statements are correct or not. Funding, it is a centrally sponsored scheme. So these are all important points that can be asked in the examination. Centrally sponsored scheme means what? That center and state government both will take participation, right? What is the current healthcare status of India? It also becomes important, right? Okay. Under this, now there are two digital initiatives. Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission is there, right? And then Bharat Health Account, Ayushman Bharat Health Account. So this digital mission is what? This will provide unique digital health IDs. These IDs will be very helpful because whenever we show this ID, so that doctor will be able to track all the history, right? What all diseases were there, what all treatment did the patient got, right? This is very, very important. It will facilitate access to health records electronically, right? So there will be accountability, there will be transparency. And then next is Ayushman Bharat Health Account, used to link all health records of an individual under a single ID. All the health record will be under a single ID, health account, and it can be accessed easily and it can be managed also easily. So this is the purpose. Health insurance. Now the health insurance under for senior citizens. So this is the insurance that government is providing. Aged above, all senior citizens aged 70 and above. This becomes very, very important. This can be asked that under Ayushman Bharat health insurance for senior citizen, who are the people who are targeted, right? So remember the age and above also will receive a unique card for 5 lakh coverage under ABPMJ. So 5 lakh coverage is provided. So there are very, very important details under this scheme which we have to keep in mind, because confusion can be there when these statements will be asked. So confusions might be there, right? Top up benefit is also there. So families already covered under this Jan Arogya Yojana, they will receive an additional top up of 5 lakh per annum for senior citizens, right? So these are the features of health insurance for senior citizen. So eligibility is there, top up benefit is there. Remember these broad points. And then option for existing scheme. If people are already covered under some scheme, what will happen? They can choose to continue with their existing schemes or opt for PMJ, right? So either of the schemes they can opt for, okay? So these are the important points. Next is significance. Why is this scheme significant? The initiative enhances the healthcare safety net for senior citizens, right? So this will enhance the safety net for senior citizens, ensuring they receive adequate medical support, right, in the later years, aligned with the universal health coverage under the SDG framework. So this is the important thing, right, which matches with the universal health coverage of sustainable development goals. So what are the important points that we have to keep in mind related to this health insurance scheme for elders, for senior citizens? Year, right, 70 years and above. Second is top up benefit is there. Third is when you are already existing customer of some insurance scheme or some other scheme, you can either choose one of the scheme, right? You can get enrolled under Ayushman Bharat Jan Arogya Yojana, or you can continue with the existing scheme, okay? So this is the important thing. Now, what is the status of healthcare expenditure in India? Very, very important. Why are we focusing on this healthcare, universal healthcare Access, right? Why are we providing? Because Indians are facing what? Financial difficulties in meeting their healthcare expenditure, right? Around 2.3% of GDP. People's pocket is going, from people's pocket it is going out, right? High out of pocket expenditure is there. These are the important points, and because of these things government has taken this initiative, right? Low government expenditure. See, total central government budget for health is roughly 86,175 crore, which becomes what? Only rupees 615 for every citizen, okay? So it is only 615 for every citizen. This is the public, this is the government expenditure that is for every individual. High rate of healthcare inflation. So healthcare, according to estimate, the healthcare inflation has risen by 9.6% in 2023 and it is expected to rise by 11% in 2024. Okay, next is what? Low healthcare coverage. So our healthcare coverage is very low in India. Nearly 400 million individuals in India have zero access to health insurance. So this is also very, very important reason why we have come with this Ayushman Bharat Jan Arogya Yojana, which focuses on healthcare of Indians, right? Healthcare access, providing healthcare access to Indians. Now one more question that arises is, because every senior citizen will be covered under Jan Arogya Yojana, right? So what happens if a family has two senior citizens? Will they be provided 5 lakh each? This is also a very relevant question, right? Will these people will be provided 5 lakh each, or will they be covered under 5 lakh only, right? Will this be separated or they will be divided? This 5 lakh will be divided between two senior citizens. So the answer is, this can also be asked in question paper, right? Answer to this is that this 5 lakh coverage is only for one family. One family will be provided 5 lakh coverage for senior citizen, and if there are two senior citizens, so it will be divided between these two senior citizens. So 2.5 lakh for one senior citizen and 2.5 lakh for one senior citizen. So per family it is the target. Okay, remember this point. This is very, very important. Okay, one statement might come from this point. Okay, very, very important. Another important topic is silicon carbide. Why this topic is important? Because see, this is used in semiconductors, and semiconductors is the new oil. Okay, semiconductor is the new oil. This can be asked. Science and technology part, right? Science and technology part. Indigenization of technology, right? Application of technology. This is related to technology, and very, very important point. Mains, prelims and interview also, this question can be asked on semiconductor. What are the challenges of semiconductor industry? What is the future of semiconductor, right? So Odisha Chief Minister attended the groundbreaking ceremony for India's first silicon carbide manufacturing facility. And this facility, with an investment of 620 crore, is a significant development in the country's semiconductor industry. It is a very relevant topic, and question might come in mains also and prelims also. So you have to know about every aspect of semiconductor, their application, the challenges that these industries might face, the future, what are the benefits, application. This is the area from which the questions are coming. Okay, we'll go through this topic in a very good way, detailed way. Okay, now silicon carbide is in news, right? India's first silicon carbide facility. Okay, government is also focusing on semiconductor manufacturing, right? So composition. First we will study about this silicon carbide, key properties, advantages, application, right? And it is a compound made of pure silicon and pure carbon. Some basic facts can be asked about silicon carbide because it is in news and it is a very important part of semiconductor, right? Now it is most widely used non-oxide ceramic material. Okay, Hello students, who all are on live, please say hi or type yes if my voice is okay and the slides are also visible properly. Okay. So, non-oxide ceramic material. Now key properties, hardness. Silicon is known for its extreme hardness. These features can be asked compared to diamond, making it ideal for wear resistant application, daily life application, right? Thermal properties, it has hardness, it has thermal property, it is a semiconductor, right? One simple question, if I ask you, what is a semiconductor? In simple words, if you can tell me, type in the comment section. Thermal properties are also there. So it exhibits high thermal conductivity, low thermal expansion, high temperature strength and strong chemical resistance. See, this is in news and there are high chances that this feature can be asked in prelims. So please remember all the important points. Okay, these properties make it suitable for high temperature environment. Okay. Now semiconductor. Silicon carbide is a semiconductor offering electrical conductivity between that of metals and insulators. That is why it has been chosen. That is why it is useful in high temperature and high power semiconductor application. Now the most important question, what is a semiconductor? Semiconductor is a chip, right? It is the new oil. It is very important. From cars to computers, from missiles to mobile phone, these semiconductors are used and it is the future, right? So because of this, you have to remember the silicon carbide also. Now very important part, application of silicon carbide. It is used in industrial furnaces, refractory linens and heating elements. Next is wear resistant part, semiconducting substrates and abrasives. So these are the application and these can be asked. Next is advantages are what? High thermal, we have already seen. High thermal conductivity, low coefficient of thermal expansion. It provides thermal stability in various applications. That is why it is chosen. High maximum current density. Now, the establishment, what is the significance of this establishment of the manufacturing facility? It is first, it is India's first, which is why it becomes important, and it will boost the country's semiconductor manufacturing capability, reduce reliance on import because we are usually dependent on imports for chips, right? So now we are capable. We can also participate in the supply chain management of semiconductor, which is one of the goals of India in the coming future, right? And India is taking many initiatives for the semiconductor manufacturing and supply chain management also, right? And for this, India has signed an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding with Singapore, right? It is also very important. Next is US, right? So we are talking with Singapore, we are taking actions with Singapore, with United States, with European Union, right? So India has understood the importance of semiconductors and we are trying to create an ecosystem for semiconductors so that we can be dependent on ourselves, Atmanirbhar Bharat. So it matches with the current goals of the government, right? And it will boost the country's manufacturing capability. We can participate in the international level, right? In this supply chain also, and reliance on imports will be decreased and it will promote advancement in high performance electronics and industrial application. It will also help us see EVs, right? So various application is there for semiconductor. I told you earlier also that semiconductors are used in missiles also and mobile phones also, right? In cars also and in computers also. So this is why it is very, very important, okay? This question can come. What are semiconductors and what is their significance? Why India is focusing on semiconductor manufacturing, right? So this is the answer. Please go through this detailed explanation. Okay, semiconductors are integrated circuits. They are also referred to as chips, minute electronic circuits. They are majorly made up of silicon. Very, very important. Silicon carbide is, which is why it is very important. Its features are important. You have to learn everything. Okay, consists of millions and billions of transistors. Now, it is an essential component of electronic devices, advances in communication, computing, healthcare, military system and other things. Okay. Next important initiative is PM E-Drive. Okay. Hello students, good morning. How are you all? Okay. PM E-Drive. So, Cabinet cleared this Ayushman Bharat cover for 70 years also, and at the same time PM E-Drive initiative was also launched. So what is this PM E-Drive initiative? Context is Union Cabinet has approved the PM E-Drive scheme to promote the adoption of electric vehicles and across India promotion of EVs. So one very important point related to PM E-Drive is that this is focusing on EVs, electric vehicles, but exception is also there, which we'll get to know in the coming slides. Exception part become very important because chances are very high that this exception part will be asked in the examination. So this PM E-Drive, second important point is it will replace the previous FAME scheme. FAME scheme means faster adoption and manufacturing of hybrid and EVs program, right? So this is the context. Now let's go to this scheme. Initiative of the government. PM E-Drive. Okay, PM E-Drive. Prime Minister Electric Drive Revolution in Innovation Vehicle Enhancement. Full form is this. Very, very important. So innovative vehicle enhancement. Revolution in this enhancement. Now it replaces FAME program, second most important thing. Third is Ministry of Heavy Industry is the nodal agency. Key features are what? So under this PM E-Drive, subsidies will be provided, exclusions are also there, and e-vouchers will also be there. What kind of subsidies? So subsidy for electric two-wheeler, three-wheeler, buses, hybrid, ambulances, electric trucks. Excuse me, okay. So these are the areas where subsidies will be provided. So what is the exception now? Exception does not offer incentive for electric cars or hybrid cars. This is the exception. So they can ask that whether the subsidies are provided for every electric vehicle. No, the answer is not yes. Okay. So exclusion is there, which is the cars, right? Electric vehicle cars, electric cars or hybrid cars. E-vouchers are also there. Buyers of electric vehicles can avail of demand incentive through Aadhaar authenticated e-voucher generated via the scheme's portal. At the time of purchase only you can have this e-voucher, right? And it is Aadhaar authenticated. Okay, significance is what? Sustainable growth. It will lead. So EVs, what is the significance of EVs, electric vehicles? Pollution, right? Pollution control, carbon emission, right? It will lower the carbon emission, global warming, climate change. So it will play a very good role. So significance is sustainable growth will be there, right? The scheme aims to accelerate the growth of electric vehicles, reduce pollution, promote eco-friendly transportation, right? Because transportation, it also contributes to global warming, and this is the, like, we are already late, right? And we have to take proper action. So this will help us in lowering the carbon emission. Public transport transition. So this is focusing on bus, truck and everything, two-wheeler, three-wheeler, right? So there are so many two-wheelers which people use, right? So a scheme will help transition public transportation system which are currently dominated by diesel, CNG powered buses, and cleaner electric alternatives will be provided to them, and subsidy is also being provided. So people will be encouraged to buy these vehicles, EVs, right? PM E-Bus Seva Payment Security Mechanism, PSM scheme is also there. So a complementary initiative which is aimed at improving efficiency in urban transportation while promoting eco-friendly practices. This is the PM E-Bus Seva Payment Security Mechanism. Coverage. So target cities are also there under this scheme. What is the coverage? Target city with a population of 3 lakh. This is important, right? And above as per the 2011 census. So these are the target cities for this scheme, including capital cities of Union Territory, Northeastern region and hill states. Okay. scheme segments. So there are two segments. First is segment A, which focuses on augmenting city bus services across 169 cities, and segment B, it implements green urban mobility initiative in 181 cities, GUMI. Okay, promoting sustainable urban transportation solution. What is the importance? It is very important. This PM E-Drive initiative is important for what? Achieving cleaner, greener and more efficient public transportation in India, and it will align with our goal of lowering the carbon emission also and fostering sustainable urban mobility. So these are the initiatives that we are taking. Okay. Next is biodecomposer. Why is this in news, right? So Delhi government has initiated the spraying of biodecomposer over 5,000 acre of farmland as a free alternative to stubble burning. This biodecomposer is very important because during winter time or harvesting time in Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Delhi, what happens is there is this huge stubble burning practiced by farmers, right? And it creates what? A smog. It creates pollution in the city. So this is why the Delhi government has taken this initiative. This effort is aimed at reducing air pollution caused by burning the residue, or the people who are adopting this practice of stubble burning, it will help in that, right? So to prevent bad air, what is now biodecomposer and what is the objective? Okay. So the definition, simple definition, biodecomposer is what? It is a microbial liquid spray that when applied to paddy stubble breaks it down and facilitates its absorption in the soil, right? So when it is sprayed, it will break the paddy stubble and then it will be absorbed in the soil. So this is how this stubble burning issue can be handled, eliminating the need to burn the residue. Now it is also known as PUSA biodecomposer, developed by Indian Agricultural Research Institute. Basic information is being provided because sometimes this can be asked, right? Biodecomposer or PUSA biodecomposer. Related to this, match the following things, or which of the following are correct statement. It is used in states of Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab and Delhi. Now what is the objective? Reduce the pollution, right? Clean air, and it will be an alternative to stubble burning. Subsidize the necessary machinery for crop residue management under the central sector scheme. So it is under the central sector scheme on agriculture mechanization for in situ management of crop residue. Okay. Now benefits of biodecomposer: soil fertility improvement is there, cost effective stubble solution will be provided, and eco-friendly technology. It will help in soil fertility, reducing the need for fertilizer in the future. So stubble when we will decompose it, it will be serving as a manure, right? So less fertilizer will be used on the soil, leading to soil fertility management, right? Cost effective stubble solution, so provides a practical and efficient alternative to stubble burning. Next is eco-friendly technology. This is environmentally sustainable and it aligns with the objective of Swachh Bharat mission, contribution to cleaner and greener technological practices. Significance is what? It can drastically reduce the air pollution in northern India, particularly during the harvesting season, and it is sustainably eco-friendly and it is a practical approach, right? It is viable. Okay. Next is Amazon rainforest. These are in news. Why? Because see, 40% of Amazon rainforest, most vital to climate, is unprotected. Why we are focusing on forest, right, and the natural resources? Because they are very critical for the survival of humans, animals and this earth, right? The earth is the only living planet and we are facing this global warming, climate change, viruses are being released into the environment from this ice sheets, melting of ice sheets, right? So there are so many challenges, and adding to these challenges will be what? That these rainforests, which are very critical for climate change, for the ecosystem management, and these are unprotected. So we should take an action, right? So it is related to environment and ecology, and scientists emphasize the importance of preserving the Amazon rainforest to combat the global warming, because rainforests, these play a very important role in sequestering the carbon dioxide from the environment, the carbon, and reducing the carbon emission, right? They store carbon in themselves, and if we do not have these trees, so the carbon will get emitted in the environment, right, leading to more global warming, and this earth will not be a habitable place then if we do not protect these forests. So what kind of question can come in the examination? So all the key facts, all the important points related to Amazon rainforest, the location, the countries which comprises of this Amazon rainforest, we look at all the important things that can come in the examination, and this is our purpose, right? When we cover a topic, our purpose is what? That all the important things related to that topic should be covered in the video, so that you do not have to go and do the hard work, right? Largest rainforest. It is the largest rainforest globally, exceeding the combining size of Congo Basin and Indonesia's rainforest. So one kind of question that can come is that related to Amazon rainforest, consider the following statement, and these statements can be given, that is it the largest rainforest, and are these the countries which are which the Amazon rainforest are under, right? And 60%, now distribution, 60% of the Amazon lies within Brazil, okay, followed by Peru, Colombia, and smaller portions in Bolivia, Ecuador, French Guiana and Suriname and Venezuela. These are the countries which cover the Amazon rainforest, okay. Geographical boundary, very very important, bounded by the Guiana Highlands to the north, Andes Mountain to the west, the Brazilian Central Plateau to the south, Atlantic Ocean to the east. Now coverage, it spans approximately 6.9 million square kilometer, right? So these are the countries are very very important, and remember this point, that 60% of the Amazon lies within Brazil. This fact can be asked, okay. So this is the map, just have a look at the map. So see, Amazon river is there, Bolivia is there, Ecuador, right? So some parts are there with these countries also, right? And Brazil 60% is there, okay? Remember this map, very very important. Okay, now the scientists did a study, and what are the key points of the study? So there are 40% are what? Unprotected critical areas, right? 40% of the most critical areas of Amazon rainforest, which are essential for addressing climate change, are not protected. We have to protect it. If protection is provided, then there will be steps that can be taken, right? If anyone does any harm to the rainforest, right? Location of vulnerable areas. These unprotected regions are mainly found in the southwest of the Amazon, in Peru, northeast Brazil, French Guiana and Suriname, right? High carbon content. So see, the very very significant part is these areas, these regions cover what? Biggest, densest trees and the most continuous canopy cover, which are unprotected. 40% of the forest which are unprotected, they cover the biggest, densest canopy cover, and making them a significant reservoir of the carbon, right? Which is why it is very very important. Climate risk from deforestation, right? If these forests are unprotected and deforestation happens, what will happen? The carbon will be releasing into the environment, right? So more global warming, more greenhouse gas emission, and it will impact everyone, not only Brazil or the South American continent, but it will impact the world, right? Earth, satellite data. Amazon rainforest contains an estimated 71.5 billion tons of carbon, right? And then the analysis shows that 61% of the Amazon areas with peak carbon storage are protected as indigenous reserves or other designated lands. Significance is what? So, it is not only critical for the local ecosystem but for the global climate stability, for the management of the ecosystem globally, right? Because these are very important and critical areas. Destruction of unprotected areas could lead to irreversible environmental damage. Irreversible means that the things that we cannot reverse, right? Contributing. And if we cannot reverse the things, then it will be leading to more global damage, right, via amounts of stored carbon into the atmosphere. So, these carbon can be released into the environment, leading to more carbon in the atmosphere, and it will impact everyone, right. Next is exercise Eastern Bridge. Very important, right? These exercises, because one kind of question that usually comes in the examination is which countries are involved in these exercises. So, all the students who are on live, please say hi or comment yes if you are listening. Okay. Next is what? Eastern Bridge. Exercise Eastern Bridge. Just give me a moment. Okay. An Indian Air Force contingent including MiG-29S, Jaguar C-17S is set to participate in exercise Eastern Bridge in Oman. Okay. So, Oman is the country where this exercise will be conducted, and two countries are there, India and Oman. Remember this. Okay. Next is what? All the important things related to this topic we have covered. Okay. So, you only have to revise the topic. So, it is a bilateral military exercise between two countries, bilateral, okay, between the Royal Oman Air Force and the Indian Air Force, right. What is the purpose? Enhancing the interoperability and strategic cooperation, learning from each other, right, supporting each other, right. Both air forces engage in joint training missions to strengthen operational readiness. This is the purpose. The exercise will take place in Oman, right. Objective is what? Improvement, support. This is the objective. Tactical operational skill through complex aerial maneuvers, air-to-air, air-to-ground operational and logistics coordination. These are the objective. Bolster the mutual understanding and collaboration. So, it will help us in strengthening the relationship also between Oman and India, right. So, this is the location of Oman. So, one question that can come is the places in news, right. So, Oman is in news. So, places in news, where is Oman, or what are the countries that are bordering Oman, right. What is in the southeast, right, Arabian Sea. Okay. Significance. The exercise provides an opportunity for both teams to share expertise and gain operational experience, reflects the growing strategic ties and defense cooperation between India and Oman. So, this is the significance, right. So, defense cooperation is strengthening, the bilateral relation is strengthening, which is very important in today's era, right. Other bilateral exercises are also conducted between India and Oman, and the name is Al-Najah, right, which focuses on defense cooperation between the two countries. Oman overview now. What is the location? It is situated on the southeastern coast of Arabian Peninsula, right, and the confluence of Persian Gulf and the Arabian Sea. Next is geographical boundaries, which is very, very important, right? So to the southwest is what? Yemen. South and east, Arabian Sea. North is Gulf of Oman. North is Gulf of Oman, and then northwest is UAE, right? And then west is Saudi Arabia. Yemen is in southwest, right? Al Hajar mountains are there and Kara mountains are also there, okay? Gulf of Oman. This is the location of Gulf of Oman, very, very important, right? Also known as Gulf of Makran. It forms the only entrance to the Persian Gulf from the Indian Ocean, okay? Now bordering country is very important, right? So we already saw Pakistan and Iran is in the north, and then UAE in the west, and Oman is in the south, okay? Gulf of Oman, bordering countries. Okay, next is National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. One second. Okay, so National Commission for Protection of Child Right, NCPCR. So it is in news, and this can be asked, right? Ki what is NCPCR? What is it? A statutory body? What is the establishment year? What is the role, right? So this informed, NCPCR has informed the Supreme Court that madrasas are unsuitable or unfit for providing proper education to children, okay? So this is in news, and we have to read about NCPCR. So what it is? It is a statutory body. It is a statutory body established in 2007 under Commission for Protection of Child Rights Act. So National Commission for Protection of Child Right 2007, child right focuses, okay? Focuses on child right. Remember this point? So what is the objective? Focuses on ensuring that all laws, policies, programs and system, they align with the rights of children, right? Their rights should not be compromised anywhere, okay, anytime, as outlined in the Constitution of India. And because we follow this convention also, United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. So we have this responsibility to ensure the proper growth of child, that children are fully exercising their rights, right? Mandate to protect children right defined as individual between 0 to 18 years. Now tell me, who gives this definition of children? Who has given this definition of children? Okay, to ensure adherence to constitutional provision and international convention. Mandate is what? To ensure that we are following this, okay? The international convention, United Nations Convention are regarding the protection of children, right? And we are following this, right? So this is the role. Now very, very important thing that can be asked is organizational structure. Who are the members? So there is one chairman and there is a 6-member chairperson. What is the eligibility? What is his qualification, his or her qualification? So a person of eminence with a proven record of work for children welfare, he will be the chairperson, and 6 other members are there, at least 2 of whom must be women, very, very important, and chosen for their expertise in education, health law, educating child, in education in child health. So 2 are the women and chosen for their expertise in education, child health, laws related to children, child welfare, elimination of child labor. So these are the things, right? People who are having expertise in these areas will be chosen as the member of NCPCR. Nodal ministry is what? Ministry of Women and Child. development. Next is function. So what are the functions? That proper freedom is there, right? Children are exercising their rights. Examine, review the child protection, safeguard and recommend the improvement also. Report to the central government, presenting an annual report, very very important. So it is reporting to the central government, annual report. So question can come that NCPCR presents its annual report to President, Prime Minister or the central government, right? So these, look at the terms. Terms are very very important, right? Specific things you have to know. So report to the central government, okay? Inquire into child rights violation, recommend legal proceedings, analyze issues that hinder children's right, including terrorism. So all the issues also we have to analyze, we have to provide solution and we have to make improvement. This is also the task of NCPCR. Okay, that child exploitation is not there. Terrorism, violence, disaster, these are all impacting children. Promote research in child rights. So research should always be there, right? There is always scope of improvement. So when we do the research, we find new things, right? Next is concerns raised about madrasas. So what did NCPCR find? First is curriculum and teachers. They are not fit. Curriculum is not fit. Teachers are not fit, right? This is why we have this special courses for teachers, right? So that they know it, in how many ways we can teach the student. What is the correct way to teach students, right? And a violation of Article 28(3), very very important. So NCPCR raised concern about the curriculum, the eligibility of teacher, opaque funding and failure to provide a holistic environment for children's education. Next is violation. It violates Article 28(3). In states like Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, children from non-Muslim faiths were also studying in madrasas, okay, which is against the rights, right? According to NCPCR, providing Islamic religious education to non-Muslim violates the right. Article 28(3) of the Constitution, which is very very important, ensures the right against forced participation in religious instruction, right? So if non-religious faith people are being are getting education in madrasas, so it is violating their right, which is not right, okay? So we have to look after everything. Now, non-compliance with RTE Act also. So there are many things, many issues associated with madrasas. So it is not complying with Right to Education Act also, okay? The NCPCR asserted that madrasas do not meet the definition of a school under the right to education, right? So it should not continue to give education. It is not the right platform, right? 2009, raising concerns about their conformity with modern educational standards, okay? Next topic is Pahadi Korwa community, okay? Okay. Pahadi Korwa community. Context is what? Under the Pradhan Mantri Prime Minister Jan Man scheme. Very very important. 54 settlement of the Pahadi Korwa community will be connected by roads in North Chhattisgarh, improving accessibility and infrastructure for the tribe. Tribes are very important, right? So all these tribes who are in news, they become very important. And are they PVTG, particularly vulnerable tribal group, or they are scheduled tribes, right? So this information is also very important. So there are so many PVTGs which are in news. So we have to understand the importance of PVTG. Again and again this topic is coming, right? So the criteria of PVTG becomes important. This Pahadi Korwa tribe is also a PVTG. So what they, the kind of question that can come in UPSC is, they can give the PVTGs, right? They can club all the names and then they can ask which of the following is not a PVTG, right? And all the PVTGs which are in news, that becomes very important. So remember this thing, okay? So it is for the development of PVTG, for the connectivity, for better infrastructure, right. So the Pahadi Korwa is one of the oldest indigenous tribe of Chhattisgarh, classified as PVTG, very important Pahadi Korwa, and it reflects their economic and social marginalization, right. They are secluded. Yes, location is what? Mahua Pani region is home to 100 families. Chhattisgarh hosts 5 PVTGs. The names are given: Maria, Abhuj Maria, Kamar, Pahadi Korwa, Birhor and Baiga. Right? Sorry. Lifestyle. So they depend on the forest and mountain for their livelihood. So natural resources, they depend on the natural resources, practicing hunting, gathering activities, also agriculture, traditional kind of agriculture. The kind of agriculture that they practice is called Jhunga Kheti. Very important, Jhunga Kheti. Okay, so this can be asked that Jhunga Kheti was in news and it is related to which of the tribes, right? This can be the another kind of question. So Jhunga Kheti means involving clearing forest areas to grow lentils and other crops for subsistence, right? They speak the Korwa language and also known as Anga or Shingli. Occupation is what? It revolves around small scale farming, fishing, hunting, foraging in forest, hunting, gathering activities they do. Governance, the Pahadi Korwa have their own local panchayat. So they have their local level bodies who take everything, who do everything, right? Governance and also the system management, which administer justice within the community, right? Next is religion and worship. So their prominent god include Sigri Dev, Gauriya Dev, Mahadev. So Shiv and Parvati, right? Next is Khudiya Rani is regarded as the supreme deity of Pahadi Korwa community. Initiative is under the Janman scheme, which aims to connect Pahadi Korwa community, improving their socio-economic through road infrastructure. So this is very important. Okay, the government step is very important. Now spacewalk. What is spacewalk? We have heard of moonwalk, right? Very famous. So spacewalk is the new term. Not new. There were many spacewalks earlier also. Okay, so this is a new kind of spacewalk. So it is called private spacewalk. We will understand this. Okay, a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket successfully launched from Florida, carrying American billionaire Jared Isaacman and 3 others into orbit for the world's first private spacewalk under Polaris program. 2 things are important. It is the first private spacewalk. Second is it is under Polaris program. So everything about Polaris Dawn mission, which will attempt first private spacewalk, right? So who is doing this first private spacewalk? SpaceX Falcon 9, right? Who is the owner of SpaceX? Comment the answer. Type in the comment section who is the owner of SpaceX. Students who all are there, type yes. Okay. Next is definition. What is a spacewalk? Walk in space, right? So also known as extravehicular activity refers to any activity astronauts perform outside their spacecraft while in space, right? So there is a spacecraft, when we move out of the spacecraft and walk in space, which is not a very natural kind of thing, right? So this is called a spacewalk, okay? The first spacewalk conducted by Soviet cosmonaut Alexei Leonov, first spacewalk in 1965 during the space race lasting 10 minutes. Modern spacewalk primarily carried out around the International Space Station. So modern spacewalk are also there, which is carried around the International Space Station. Okay, tell me, International Space Station was in news and it is regularly in news for what reason? Okay, just comment down. And typically it will last between 5 to 8 hours. Okay, next is what? What is the purpose of this spacewalk? Conducting scientific experiments. So it is kind of scientific experiment, right? Next is testing new equipment. So technological development. Third is repairing satellite or component of spacecraft. space suit and safety tethers. So there is a special kind of space suit, right? So the astronauts wear the space suit to protect themselves from the harsh environment of space, and safety measures are also taken. Safety tethers also are attached with astronauts to the spacecraft to prevent them from floating away. Safer device is also there. It is not a very easy kind of walk, right? It is very difficult, okay? Because it is carried out in space. And for movement, astronauts use SAFER, simplified aid for extravehicular rescue, okay? A backup equipped with jet thrusters controlled with a joystick, allowing them to navigate through during a spacewalk. Now, what is Polaris Dawn mission? So, it is first of the 3 missions under the Polaris program, and this is the man who has been going, right, who will be going, Jed Isaacman and SpaceX. So, it is a mission of Isaacman and SpaceX, right. So, this is Polaris mission. The mission aims to develop new space technology. So, it is a private mission, understand this point, and this spacewalk is also a private spacewalk. So, this focuses on the development of new technologies for future human space exploration, right, such as sending people to Mars also. This is also very important, right. So, future development, right, it is one of the steps. Duration 5-day mission aboard SpaceX Dragon capsule. Okay, next is altitude record. It will break. The crew aims to reach an altitude. Right? Mission will pass through the Van Allen radiation belt, a region of highly radioactive particle surrounding the Earth. Very important. Van Allen radiation belt. So, this is in news, and it can be asked, what is this radiation belt? So, this is a highly radioactive particle surrounding the Earth. Next is spacewalk objective. What is the objective of spacewalk? Primary objective is to test the newly developed EVA suit, space suit, right. So, modern technology, development of technology, this is the mission, and if it is successful, then we can carry out other missions also, right. Feature of the space suit, EVA. Now, cameras will be there, head-up displays will be there, and improved thermal management. This mission will mark a significant step towards enhancing human capability for longer duration space travel and exploration. This will be a very important space mission if it is successful, okay, and it will pave way for new, future missions also. Swachh Vayu Sarvekshan, right. So, this is an Swachh Vayu Sarvekshan Award 2024. Vayu means air, right. Governance and policies. Union Environment Minister Bhupendra Yadav and Chief Minister of Rajasthan presented this Swachh Vayu Sarvekshan Award 2024. Okay. So, on the occasion of International Day of Clean Air for Blue Skies. Okay. So, 2 important things, first this award, and second is International Day of Clean Air for Blue Skies. Okay. Key points. Now, the important points related to this Swachh Vayu Sarvekshan Award 2024. So, it is an initiative by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, very important, right. Second thing, it ranks cities based on their implementation of activities under the National Clean Air Program and their quality. So, it is focusing on air, right. So, what about air quality, right, clean program, National Clean Air Program, which is also very important, right. Okay. So, it is ranking cities based on their implementation of activities under National Clean Air Program and their air quality. It is very important point, okay. So, remember this. This award is based on this rank, okay. The award evaluates 130 National Clean Air Program cities. So, 130 states, the award evaluates 130 cities, 130 cities have participated. Okay. Award is hosted by Rajasthan State Pollution Control Board. What is the objective? Clean air, so we are focusing on air. So to create awareness about the harmful impact of air pollution, right, air quality and its health impact, right. So we have to raise awareness. Second thing is inform citizen, public about the health effect of air pollution. What are the disease associated with air pollution? Third is what? Compare air quality. Provide a comparative analysis of air quality among cities, okay, and this will help them in addressing the issue, in learning from others' experience also. If one city is performing in a very good way, so other city can learn from the things, right, which they are implementing and how they are implementing. So this can help in sharing of knowledge, sharing of technology, right. Second thing is achieve NCAP goal, National Clean Air Program. So it will help the cities who are given ranks, right. So it will help them in achieving goals also, right. So competition, federalism, what do we say? Competitive federalism, right. So this will have a very good impact, this ranking. So it will improve their ranks, okay. Contribute to the NCAP goal of clean air for all. So healthy competition will be there and they can learn and support each other, right. Award is presented on 7th September each year, very important, and this is Swachh Vayu Divas. 7th September is celebrated as Swachh Vayu Divas, remember this point. Award categories, there are 3 categories. Category 1, population over 10 lakh. 3 category cities are there. So category 1 city, category 2. Category 1 city population is above 10 lakh. Category 2 city population between 3 and 10 lakh, and category 3 is there. So Surat, Jabalpur, Agra, Firozabad, Amravati, Jhansi, cities names are not important, right. Category is important, okay, remember this thing. Category 3, population under 3 lakh. So there are 3 categories, okay. Next is award aims to encourage city. See, healthy competition, our motto is to create a healthy competition to improve their air quality management and enhance the public awareness about air pollution. So this is the target, okay. Next is what? Category 1, category 2 and category 3, okay. This can be asked that Swachh Vayu Award, what are the category, how many categories are there, right, category of city. So this is National Clean Air Program to combat air pollution, allocation of funds to 131 cities. So you can read this article, PIB article, okay, it was published on 21st December 2023, very important. So all the important points are given. Next is Myristica swamp forest. Okay, researchers discover endangered Myristica swamp forest in Maharashtra. Okay, Maharashtra, very important, India. Okay, this rare ecosystem, endangered, it is endangered, it is rare. For the first time it has been noticed. So this rare ecosystem is notable for being preserved by the local community. Third important thing is what? Local community participation is there in conservation of resources and highlights the community role in biodiversity conservation. Okay, so these swamps are also very important. Swamp forest, right? Rainforest, swamp forest. So these forests play a very important role, as we have seen in Amazon rainforest also, maintaining the global stability, global ecosystem, right? Carbon emission. So these swamp forests also play a role in stabilization of the ecosystem of the world, right? Now, Myristica swamps. Remember the name, Myristica swamps are freshwater ecosystem. This can be asked, freshwater ecosystem, is it a freshwater, saltwater ecosystem, okay, dominated by evergreen tree. The next important thing is evergreen trees of the Myristicaceae family, okay. These forests are often referred to as living fossils and ancient nature of Myristica plant. Distribution is what? In India, these swamps are found in Western Ghats. Now we have found it in Maharashtra, right? Western Ghat. Smaller patches are present in Andaman Nicobar Island and Meghalaya. So remember this point, very very important, the distribution part. Western Ghat is there, Meghalaya is there, Andaman Nicobar is there, right? So one statement that can be asked is, are these forests, swamp forest, only found in the Western Ghat? No, some patches are found in Andaman also and Meghalaya also, right? Evolution originating approximately 140 million years ago, right? So there was this snake fossil found in India, right, which is called the giant snake, right? Snake of all snakes, yes. So that study is also very important, right? What is the name of that snake whose fossil we have found, right? And it is called the biggest of all snake, right? Comment down in the section, in the comment section. And this study is also conducted that it originated around 140 million years ago, which is very important for the evolutionary studies. Myristica swamps becomes very very important for evolutionary study of the swamps, right? Because 140 million years ago, and same is the case with the snake fossil which has been found in Gujarat, right? It becomes very important in the evolutionary study of the snake, how they migrated to other areas, right? What were the reasons? Okay, so this will also serve the purpose. Historically, these swamps formed extensive hydrological system. Okay, now structures. See, all the important points are there which can come in the examination. So they are characterized by large protruding roots that emerge from waterlogged soil, right? Throughout the year it will remain under water, flooded throughout the year, right? Swamp formation. This formation is influenced by specific abiotic factor. Very very important. These are the factors which leads to the swamp forest formation. What are the factors? Valley shapes, annual rainfall and year-round water availability, because roots, these forests are flooded throughout the year. Okay. Next is typically located near river waters. Typically, not only located near river water but typically located near rivers. These swamps act as natural sponges and retaining water, ensuring perennial flow. What is the significance? They have a greater ability, right, to sequester carbon compared to non-swamp forest. Next is they support a rich diversity of vertebrates and invertebrate species due to stable ecological condition like high humidity and moderate temperature, right? Examples are also there. What are the example of Myristica swamp? So tree frog is one notable species. Remember this name and I'll tell you why this name is important and how this can come in the examination. So tree frog only in select areas of Kerala's Shendarni and Pepara Wildlife Sanctuary. This discovery underscores the importance of community involvement. As we have seen, local community played a role in the conservation, biodiversity conservation. So this becomes very very important and shows the ecological significance of the swamps. Now tree frog. So they can ask that this was in news, right? And this is a species of which of these forests, right? Simple question. So remember the name, okay? Anusandhan National Research Foundation. What happened is Prime Minister Modi convenes first meeting of National Research Fund Board. Okay. Now, see, it is related to science and technology. Anusandhan National Research Foundation, science and technology. So Prime Minister chaired the first governing board meeting. Okay, he is chairing, very very important, and the newly formed ANRF, a significant step toward enhancing India's research landscape. Okay, now what is ANRF? All the important things we have included. So it is aimed at doing what? Transforming India into a knowledge driven society, right? Research, and similar to the research powerhouse like US, Germany, South Korea and Israel. So we want to provide an ecosystem which can help, which can build this research capability in our country also, right? And we want to be a research powerhouse like other countries, right? So this is the motto. It was established under Anusandhan National Research Foundation 2023 Act. Remember this act, very, very important. And foundation is modeled after United States National Science Foundation, focusing on strengthening research infrastructure and capabilities. Very, very important, science, research and development. Okay. Now, objective is what? Aims to fund, coordinate, promote research across India's universities and colleges. Okay. And university colleges specifically mentioned. Okay. Remember the name. Addressing the long-standing issue of inadequate infrastructure. Right. We do not have proper infrastructure for research, right? So this is why it has been made, it has been formed. A key goal is to bridge the infrastructure gap in state and central universities. So university and colleges, it focuses on university and colleges. So it will bridge the gap between the university and colleges, which serves 95% of students but often lack research facilities. Okay. Next is what? Focus. What is the focus? So focus is on foundation emphasizes supporting research at lower technology readiness level where capital requirements are lower and failures are higher. So where at lower levels, at lower capital requirement, we can do the research. So to support those facilities. Okay, this stage of research suited to academic institution allow student to engage in long-term project with significant contribution. So when there is this security provided, so we can do the research freely, right? There will be a supportive ecosystem to encourage student to do the research. So it will provide a support, a long-term contribution, right? Financial framework. Now this is very, very important, this point, that total budget is what? 50,000 crore over 5 years. So time is also given, okay? Remember this point. 14,000 crore is provided by government with the remaining funds to be sourced from other entities, non-government entities like industry and philanthropies, okay? So 14,000 out of 50,000 will be provided by government, and ANRF is what? A major investment in India's research capability. We want to be a knowledge super powerhouse and also research powerhouse, right? So it is a very important initiative, very important move, and it will make our country as a global leader in scientific research and innovation, which is the very important thing. Next is again very important topic. So simple question that can be asked is what? Tell me. This topic, simple question that can be asked is, this term was in news. What are they? Right? Malpe and Mulki. What are they? Right? So option will be given related to clothes, related to some species, or related to submarine. Right? So always remember the important names which are in news. Okay? Cochin Shipyard Limited recently launched 2 anti-submarine warfare ASW, Mulki and Malpe for the Indian Navy. So these are the anti-submarine warfare. Okay. Now the important point about these are, see, basic features can be asked. So these are the 4th and 5th ship of the 8 anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft project. This is the project. They are developed by Cochin Shipyard Limited. Next is what? Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. It is a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat. So now ships are part of self-reliant India, which emphasizes self-reliance, defense production, right? So it is a major component and we have to be reliant on ourselves, right? And which is why Cochin has developed this submarine, and with over 80% indigenous content. Very, very important move. These vessels belong to Mahe class. Okay. Next is features. Features are also very, very important. So next is advanced underwater sensors are there. operations. Okay, so sensors equipped with locally developed, 80% of the features are indigenously developed. So these sensors are also locally developed to detect enemy submarines and underwater threats. Next is operation, designed for anti-submarine warfare in shallow water, low intensity maritime operation and mine laying activity. This is the purpose, right? Size and displacement. Each ship measures 78 meter in length and displacement around 900 tons. Okay, this will not be asked. So speed and endurance, capable of speed up to 25 knots and an endurance of 1800 nautical miles. What is the significance? So it is what? An initiative towards self-reliant India, defense production, right, manufacturing, contributing to enhanced domestic production capability in the defense sector, right, which is why this topic becomes very, very important. And I have told you about the possibility of questions that can come. Okay. So this is the end of our current affair class. I hope you liked the session, and please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And every Saturday we have this current affair class for all the UPSC CSE aspirants who are writing the exam in 2025. Okay, see you in the next class and take care.